Number 32. Assuming a fixed amount of gas at constant temperature, complete the following table. So it looks like you have three problems here. So you're told the pressure and the volume in one situation, and then either the pressure or the volume in the second situation. Okay, and you got to do three of these. When the amount of gas and the temperature are constant, that's a Boyle's law situation. Boyle's law can be described in mathematical form right here. Remember, Boyle's law says when one goes up, the other one goes down. But what's important in this problem, since we got to calculate things, is the mathematical form of Boyle's law. P1 V1 equals P2 V2. So here's the equation, and we're going to use this equation in all three of these. So for the first one, A, we're solving for V2. Okay, we're told the pressure and the volume in the first situation and the pressure in the second situation. And so we solve for the volume in the second situation using this equation. You bring the P2 down there. So V2 equals P1 V1 over P2. And so you plug in everything that you're told over here. You plug it in. Looks like the units are going to cancel off. You got to make sure that the units cancel off. You got the same units upstairs and downstairs. So the atmospheres cancel the atmospheres. And doing the calculation, you're going to get 0.9868 liters and rounding to 0.99 liters. For B, it looks like we're solving for V2 again. But this time, the pressures have different units. Okay, so we're solving for V2 again. We got the same equation. But before we plug in the pressures, we got to make sure they're in the same units. So we can convert this one to millimeters of mercury, or we can convert that one to atmosphere. Let's just convert this to atmosphere. So convert the units of P2 to atmospheres. Take your 750 millimeters of mercury. 1 atmosphere is 760 millimeters of mercury. That's the conversion factor that gets rid of millimeters of mercury, changes it to atmospheres, and doing the calculation, it's 0.987 atmospheres. So plugging that in for P2, and then you got P1, P2, and then V1. Okay, now you can see the units are going to cancel, and doing the calculation, you have 709.2, and this time the units are milliliters because that was the units of V1. Okay, and that'll round to 710 milliliters. The last one, looks like we're solving for P2 this time. We're told P1, V1, and V2. And it looks like the units are okay this time. The milliliters are going to cancel the milliliters. So solving for P2, you take Boyle's law, and this time you move the V2 down there. So P2 is P1 V1 over V2. Plugging in everything, you can see the milliliters are going to cancel now, and doing the math. You get 0.76685 millimeters of mercury, which rounds to 0.77 millimeters of mercury.